What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Diamond is Unbreakable. This episode, once again, fucking phenomenal, man. There was a weird, to be continued thing where they played the to be continued thing twice in this one episode. I don't know. I doubt that was an editing error because this is the Blu-rays, right? I'm pretty sure they're still using the Blu-rays. At least I hope they still are. I don't know because I'm still noticing some censorship here, but I don't know if that was if that's always been there. I don't know. If any of you guys watched it subbed and then maybe you own the Blu-rays, tell me down below if they're still using the Blu-rays or not, because there was this one scene where we see Kira. I'll talk about that scene when we get to that part, but I swear, I don't know if these are the same, if they're still using the Blu-rays or not. I think they are, but I don't know, because I'm still seeing censorship, they're not completely uncensored, and I don't know why. Maybe it's the actual censors here in the States, maybe that's why, it's not completely uncensored. So, I don't know. Whatever the case may be, yeah. So, yeah, Rohan. My man, Rohan. I'm loving these Rohan-focused episodes, man, because I've said this before. Rohan's my favorite character in all of Diamond. It's my second favorite character. Excuse me. My favorite character in Diamond is Unbreakable was my man Koichi, with Rohan being a close second. I'm just loving hearing Vic Mignogna, man. The man's doing such a great job as Rohan. Also, he's going to Kamehacon. That's great news there. Although, Monica has jumped ship. Figures. No surprise there. Anyway, so without further ado, let's get into it. So he starts it off. We got Kira. We got Josuke and Rohan. They're still facing off in the game, and they're just kind of sitting there. Josuke goes in to grab the dice. Rohan's like, "Don't lay a finger on those dice!" He grabs a bowl and looks under one of them with a magnifying glass, trying to see if there's anything wrong with these because he's suspecting Josuke cheating. He's like, "It could have been my mind playing tricks on me, but I could have sworn the dice was staring at me." No matter. Puts it in there. Josuke does another roll, but he's like, "Aliens, you catch my drift. No more omens. I don't want to blow the competition away. I just want to squeak by. Maybe win by a touchdown or two, not 20. So, did not think I would make a football reference. Anyway, so he gets another omen against other sixes, and Rohan adds there was 30 chips in there. Josuke ended up adding another 2. I just add 2. And then he rolls, got the omen, and then Josuke and Rohan just start laughing well, the dice roll as they may. Yeah, you're right. And then Rohan stabs his pinky off with a pen. Yeah, I'm not joking. I was like, wait, what? What the fuck? What the hell is going on here? What's going on here? First off, Rohan is not really in much pain at this whole curve. He isn't screaming at all, which is shocking me. For God's sake, he stabbed his pinky off with a fucking pen. Pens aren't sharp. I'm pretty sure it was a pen. I damn sure it wasn't a knife. Damn sure it wasn't a knife. So he just stabs his pinky off with it doesn't come completely clean up, but he cuts off a decent chunk of it. And this guy is just sitting there. So, this guy's sitting there. He is, like I said, the man ain't crying at all. There ain't no tears. There isn't no massive screams of pain. Nothing. Rohan just kind of grunts. And he's like, and Josuke's like, "What the hell? Why'd you do that, man?" He's like, "Well, it's been obvious from the start you have been cheating me. So this is make sure you don't you run away from the game. And we are both going to get one more turn. And I will find out how you are cheating me. This crosses every line never drawn, Josuke Higashikata. So if you win," and then he just throws him 20 million yen. This is pretty much payment or monetary incentive for you to stick around so that I can get medical treatment from Shine Diamond to, of course, fix his finger. And Rohan says, but if he finds out, he says his pinky is his. So I think so. What I'm assuming what Rohan means by that is that he's willing to go straight up gangsta up in here like we're in the 20s and straight up cut his finger off like we're in the 20s. That's a little excessive there, Rohan, but whatever. Anyway, so he kind of wraps his finger around like this little bandage he had coming around, and then we see Tamagi, I believe the dude's name. You know, the dude with the pompadour. No, not the pompadour. The guy that used to have Koichi's original hairstyle before he switched right before it went back to the Saiyan hair. I forget. I don't know what the hairstyle's called, but he's still Rod. He's like, "Yo, what's up, guys?" He's like, "Y'all having a good old time." And then Rowan says that he hired him as like, be like a referee to see if he could figure out how Josuke is cheating. And they have a contingency plan if they thought, since he has this extra backup, what if Josuke doesn't use the same trick he used to cheat this turn? And then he says, his lock will activate on Josuke if he changes up his tactics, like say if he was cheating, which he is, and he didn't cheat, or at least purposefully. So, so they got the rules, and then they're about to go again. So Rohan goes first at the established edge. Josuke is starting to sweat a little bit here. I was like, oh shit, what's going to happen here? Is Josuke going to find out or not? So Rohan, rolls the dice in his hand for a little bit, then throws them into the bowl, and ends up getting a decent roll. And oh my god, I gotta say, Tamagi, this man should be a referee. He says, a 4! 2 3s and a 4! And he's like, oh, thank God, a normal roll for once. Yeah, and I'm like, seriously, like, this man makes it, like, this man could, like, Tamagi is the type of guy that could make golf interesting to watch. And we all know golf is fucking boring. I know golf got its fans, but I don't know why people are so enamored with golf. There's nothing happening. The commentators sound bored. They're practically just like, and now he is going, now is he going for it? Will he manage to get it into the hole this time? What is he going to do? Like, they're practically listening, it's damn near ASMR! Might as well do, weird sounds and shit, like, ASMR, that shit's weird, man. So anyway, so then Josuke rolls, gets another omen. He's like, an omen, and he's like, okay, the lock hasn't activated, so he didn't change his tactics, so he's like, he's a cheater. And then Rohan just kind of sits, and then we see sirens. We start hearing sirens coming up as Rohan is looking at the dice, trying to figure out how he's cheating. And so he's looking at the dice. Looking at him. We have the sirens, and of course, as we know, the alien doesn't like noise, at least how loud frequently. He's like the Venom symbiote, which I don't even know if I mentioned this in my review last week, but he's just like the Venom symbiote where they can't take loud noises like sirens, MRIs, stuff of that sort. So he starts out getting like those pimples start popping up. They're not on Rohan's side; they're just on Josuke's side. Even a little bit of barf comes out. A little bit, which also came out when Josuke went to go for his turn. Went to go for his last turn. I mean, after he's noticed that was going on, Rohan's like, I demand you you roll the dice with your palm open. Show me, damn it! I can't tell if you're cheating or not. So then the sirens are coming closer. There's more pimples popping up. Josuke is sweating a lot. He's like, oh shit, I'm about to get found out. Then Tamai says, I know it! I get it now. I know what this is. And Josuke's like, I'm done. Goodbye, world. And then he's like, Rohan Sensei, your house is on fire! So we find out that and also we see that the fire trucks pull up in Rohan's driveway and like into his grass, and so then he's just like, your house is on fire. Which probably, how the hell did Rohan not smell the smoke or anything, or just hear the sounds of flames burning? And then Rohan's like, fuck my ass. I think I'll be a pile of ass. I need to figure out how Josuke is cheating. And by this point, the dice have gone back into his original form, or is about to. Josuke quickly grabs it, and then runs out of there trying to get out of there to make sure he doesn't see. He's like, get back here, Josuke! And then he's like, Shine Diamond fix up Rohan's finger. And so then he makes his leave, and then we find out that, he got, I think he actually also grabbed the 2 million yen. I don't know if he actually grabbed it or not. Anyway. And then the narrator says that, Rohan, Josuke managed to get out. He's now even farther on Rohan's bad side. So then we head over to Kira's place. And I was so excited when I hear the Marty, you know, that song on the radio, because I was like, oh my god, Kira, yes, Kira, I can't wait to see more Kira. We don't actually see Kira per se in this episode. So we see their kid. Their kid kind of come into the house, puts his hat on the rack, and makes his way upstairs after he checks the look on his mom. You know, she's like, as we know, she's a lot more happier now. She's actually in love for once, and you know, that's good for her. She's dressing up a lot more, wearing a different type of lipstick. She doesn't look dead. Her eyes have life to them, and she just looks happy as she's cooking some eggs. And so, then the kid goes to his room. And this is when shit got interesting. He talks about how, you know, what's his mom's been acting different lately. You know, of course, the lipstick. She actually, you know, is happy, you know, like I mentioned before. Goes to his room, closes the door, turns on his TV, and it's a security footage from Kira's room from what happened in last week's episode when, you know, Kira was about to kill her. And before, but of course he had to just, like, you know, just end up tearing off her dress off, or at least the buns off. And so then he's watching this, and he's like, Mom never gets naked in front of Dad, especially not like that. And he says, sometimes I wonder if I was born to parents who don't love each other, which, it looks like he's not far off. It looks like that she doesn't love the guy, which, but I gotta ask, if these two are so, okay, maybe not the word miserable, because they don't look miserable, they just look so indifferent and bored, that why would they even bother having a kid? I mean, I don't know if it's a culture thing in Japan. I don't know why they would have a kid if they don't like each other like that. I don't even know. If they have that little love for each other, why the hell are they even having sex? I don't know. Maybe they just did one time and, you know, of course the little guy got born or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a married. I've never been in a relationship myself, so I wouldn't know. But whatever the case may be on that, he looks at the footage, and then he turns up the volume on this little remote thing he got that looks like a walkie-talkie. He hears, of course, what Kira was saying about, like, you know, damn you, Josuke Higashikata, Jotaro Kujo, you're the reason I'm in this predicament. While he's like he's looking over to make sure his signature looks right. And that's it. That's all we see of Kira. Well, there's a little bit more of Kira later on in the episode, but, you know, there's not really Kira. And, yeah, so I gotta talk about this stuff. So this kid, I'm really curious on what they're gonna do with this kid. Like, as we saw in the OP, which all is about, we have the OP, and of course, like always, Shinam chops it. The chopping isn't actually that bad this time. It was actually pretty good. I wish they kept the breakdown, breakdown, but as you know, as we see Kira slowly put his hands up and then click it to, you know, before the top pops up. They literally just start off when Kira does the little, pushes his thumb down, you know, got the top pops up, and then just kind of goes there and kind of chops little bits and pieces of it off. Yeah, I thought it was like the breakdown, breakdown, because I really liked that scene. I thought that was really cool. Anyway, so like I said, back to the kid. So I'm really curious what they're going to do with this kid, because as you saw in the OP, we saw Deadly Queen, or Killer Queen, whichever you prefer. I kind of prefer Deadly Queen. We see Deadly Queen going over to the kid, you know, and covering it, and we can see it covering it. It looks like, now, I still think I'm going to go with my theory, is that this kid is probably going to end up dying at the hands of Kira, because I think this kid, knowing the fact that he has security footage, which I think we actually saw we saw a security camera last week. I could have sworn there was a shot of we saw like a security camera, or somewhere where the security camera could have been at. I could have sworn, but I guess, why the hell does this kid have a security system installed in his parents' room? Like, I mean, granted, it looks like, I mean, I'm curious how this is working. Like, how it's, like, why? Is he that bored? He's like, no, let me just watch my parents. Because, fuck it, I got nothing better to do. Like, kid, don't you have some math homework you should be doing? Man. Anyway. So, I think that the kid's probably going to end up getting some deep shit with Kira. Maybe he'll end up killing him, maybe he gets close to it, and then maybe the mother... his mother ends up taking the hit for him. I don't know, but I think something's gonna go down with this kid, where Kira's gonna almost kill him, or he will kill him. Judging from the OP in this episode, now they kind of see that his father ain't like what he used to be, I'm expecting that something's gonna happen to this kid. Bet money on that one. So anyway, and after that we get back to Josuke. He meets up with the alien again. We find out, we see the alien's mom, and his mom's like, oh hey, I think his name, or at least his alias while he's on Earth, is Ikami. I think probably that's wrong, but it was like something. It was like Ikami or something like that. So he's on his aliens, and his mom's like, oh, is my son telling you he's an alien again? Sorry if he's causing trouble. You know, back in Tokyo, everyone believes her, and you couldn't believe the ruckus he caused there. It's like, see, I brainwashed her. Isn't that wonderful? Now I have now she's my mother while I'm under my aliens while I'm here on Earth. Awesome. So he takes his leave, and Josuke goes on the bus, and then he is met by Rohan, which Rohan here is actually wearing normal clothes here. No weird crop tops, no weird pants that are being held solely by suspenders while they're just all over the place. Just those pants he was wearing earlier on, this would look so weird. Like, they're just being held by them suspenders while they're just kind of all over the place. And, he's just sitting there. Josuke's like, fuck, what am I gonna do? And then everyone's like, it's polite to address those that are older to you, Josuke Higashikata. It's like, oh, hey, Rohan, how's it going? That fire last night was pretty crazy, man. Yes, that was over 200 million yen in furniture. Those were from a movie, Not that it matters to me. Sit down. And then he tells Rohan to sit down. Or then Josuke then sits down. And then he just gotta sit there in this awkward silence. This is Rohan says, mark my words, Josuke Higashikata. I will pay you back for the game yesterday. And so they're just kind of on the bus, just chilling. Well, actually, before that, we have to see Kira's father. He's like, what? Is he a stand? Is he an alien? What is he? And then he says they're gonna face up against Highway Go-Go. The next stand, that will take out whoever goes after my son. And then when we see the dude, then it goes to be continued thing like the end of the episode. Then I checked my clock. I was like, wait, is that the end of the episode already? And no, it was only like 1:40 when I saw that. So the episode wasn't over yet. So I don't know why there was two to be continues in this episode. That felt really weird. I doubt it was an editing error because, these are the Blu-rays after all. So I don't know what that was about, but whatever the case may be. Josuke, Rohan, while they're sitting down there, Rohan notices this door, that leads into a room. There's a woman on top of this door. And as you can tell, it is the woman that Kira is staying with. Her. She's sitting on the table, just sitting there lifeless. And then he's like, wait, what the? And he's like, just look over there. There's a door in the tunnel. Jesus, I don't know why I can't talk. In the tunnel. And so then Josuke just looks at him like, shut the fuck up, dude. No, whatever. And then he notices a window, and then he sees Kira. And then we see Kira chop her hand off, and like I said, there was some censorship where where the cut happens. There's blood. The arm is is drawn in black, and their blood is kind of have a little bit of a blackish hue to it, which is probably just from shadows. Now, okay, I don't know why they're still seeing censorship here. Now, granted, this could have been the guys over at Adult Swim. They're like, it's censor that. I don't think so because there have been a lot more graphic kills, and Toonami's been fine with it. So I don't know why I'm still seeing censorship now. I don't know if it's the censors here at Adult Swim. I don't know if that's just how they were portrayed in the Blu-rays. I don't know if they were just not completely uncensored with the Blu-rays. I don't know. If any of y'all can confirm this with me, tell me down below. Because I'm curious why I'm still seeing censorship here, even though I'm pretty sure Toonami is using the Blu-rays. But whatever the case may be. So the hand goes off. Rohan's like, Josuke, look over. There's a window. Look over it, and so they're just like, and then he's like, shut up, dude. I won't let you screw around with me anymore. Yada 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 yada. So we then see Rohan. He's sitting outside a tunnel on his motorcycle, and then we get a quick little flashback to when Rohan was dropped off. Well, when Rohan got off the bus, saying that how did that there was a tunnel there. Josuke doesn't believe him. He straight up thinks he's lying. And he's like, no, whatever. And then he says, like, you dare have the gall to call me a liar when you're a cheater and a liar that just to cover his tracks. You wouldn't believe me if I even brought you there. So Rohan goes into the tunnel, looks around, nothing. The cinematography looked really cool here. I liked how they kind of had like the shot of Rohan filmed in the frame, and then we just saw like the road just passing by him. Yeah, it looked really cool. And so he goes to the exit. He's like, the exit? What is going on here? There's nothing. And he puts his hand against the wall. And then he's like, what is going on here? And then the wall turns into like a door, and he falls into it. He's like, what the hell is going on? He realizes the trap because he starts hearing something, but he can't see it. He's like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Goes on his motorcycle and bounces. And then we see these footprints start chasing after him, which is a stand highway go-go. And then we see him just going after him. He's like, yo, fuck this. And then he picks up his speed over 60 kilometers per hour, which I don't know how much that was. I don't know how much that is in miles, but whatever. He runs, he thinks in the clear, he slows down because there's this car that, you know, this truck was honking out because he was in his lane, so he moves over, and he's like, what the? I only reduced my speed by a fraction. But when you check his speedometer, he was at 60 miles per hour, now he's like at like less than 40. So it ain't a fraction, dude, that was a decent chunk of your speed chopped off. Anyway. So the stand gets on him, and actually even starts getting through him too. And we start seeing like a skeleton, parts of skeleton. And I really dug the effect. David Productions gave it. I really dug that little effect where you guys see where his skin's where his body's kind of translucent. You can kind of see parts of his skeleton, sort of like sometimes you see some of his fingers, some of his teeth, other parts of his body. It looks really cool. So props to the guys over at David Productions that did that. And then we actually see the actual stand as it starts to form up, which the dude stand looks like a mixture between the genie. It looks like Reverb Act 3 if it was purple mixed with the hat design of that dude that's in Part 5. You know, the dude that has like that hat on in Part 5. I don't know. He has a gun. I don't even know what the dude's name is. I'm not watching Part 5. I'm waiting till the dub, obviously. So yeah, that's weird. I like his design, but I was like, man, this is like a weird mismatch of designs here. I mean, it looks cool. And he says, you know, I will take you for your interest. He uses Heaven's Door, finds the stand's name is Highway Go-Go, and that takes people's nourishment when it gets its hands on you, and that weaknesses disappears if you manage to get your hands on you. So he gets so Rohan can't really do much because, you know, it's depleting strength. When we get to Josuke, he walks inside. He's just like, you know what? I didn't think I would see Rohan's smug face day, but you know what? Fuck him. You know, he'll see that I'm actually a nice guy and I got a heart. So he walks in there, and then, you know, Rohan disappears in the shadows once, you know, Highway Go-Go starts to notice him. So they leave. As Josuke made his way down the tunnel. We see Josuke sees Rohan. He's like, Rohan, what the hell's going on? What's going on here? Like, you know, what is this? If I didn't know any better, it looks like someone lives here. And then the sand tells me, you know, come on, tell him to come on me. I'll let you go if you tell him. I'll let you go if you tell him to get in here. I'll just take his nurse instead of yours. He's like, will you really keep your word? And he's like, yes, I will. And then then we see Rohan kind of like turn around. As it does, it transitions to more Araki's normal manga style, and he says, no. And that scene was just awesome. He just tells him, nah, no, I'm not doing it. And then he tells Josuke to get out of there, run away, you know, get out there as quick as possible. Which, you know, which he's like, nah, man. He walks inside. He's like, tell him, where is he? His ass is grass. I'll take care of him. Where is he? And so then, Highway Go gets on to him. Rohan uses Heaven's Door quickly to have Josuke's body catapulted 70 kilometers per hour. Gets outside the tunnel, fixes up his motorcycle, and then leaves to find the stand user of Highway Go-Go. And that is where the episode actually ends. So overall, love this week's episode. The stuff with Rohan was great. Josuke was great. The stuff with the kids pretty interesting. So yeah, guys, overall, I give this week's episode a 10 out of 10, guys. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.